Wow, mood lighting. Okay. Sorry. I know it's dark. All right. I'm out driving. I got an email from somebody asking, why does this specific muscle perform these specific actions that you have listed in your study guide when Trail Guide doesn't list these actions? I can't speak for Trail Guide, but I can tell you how this muscle performs these specific actions. So the muscle in question is subscapularis, okay? So the subscapularis performs medial rotation, extension, and adduction of the shoulder. But the shoulder needs to be in a specific way in order for the action to take place, a couple of these actions to take place. Okay, so when you're in the anatomical position, subscapularis will medially rotate the shoulder. I know I'm not in, I can't be in anatomical position inside my car. I apologize. Hold on. I switched hey, there we go. So if you're in the anatomical position, it will medially rotate the shoulder like that, okay? Now, if your shoulder, is in flexion, then just remember, insertion moves towards the origin, all right? So the subscapularis originates on the scapula, the subscapular fossa, and inserts onto the lesser tubercle of the humerus. So the insertion will move towards the origin, So if the shoulder is in flexion, when that muscle contracts, it will pull it into extension, okay? And it's the same thing. If the shoulder is abducted like this, then the insertion moves towards the origin when it contracts, and it will adduct the shoulder. Now, it's not the prime mover of any of these actions, okay? So some muscles are stronger, like latissimus dorsi with all of those. Medial rotation, something like pec major. Pec major, that's another example of a muscle that performs a specific action when the body is in a specific position, but not the anatomical position. So pec major is actually an antagonist to itself. It will perform flexion of the shoulder, and then if the shoulder is flexed enough, like all the way up here, then pec major, again, insertion, moves towards the origin, will help to extend it to a point. Once it gets about here, then it stops contracting and performing extension of the shoulder. So again, it's subscapularis. In Trail Guide, apparently, it's only medial rotation that's listed. But again, it does actually perform extension and adduction of the shoulder. The shoulder has to be in a specific position for those actions to take place. So I hope that answers some questions. I know muscles are weird. It's a weird thing, but hopefully that explains it. If anybody else had any questions about that, there you go. So I hope that helped. Until next time, this is David. Farewell.